Greetings to the viewers and current subscribers. I would like to welcome you to a new video, which is we will be discovering communication and human relations and seeks. So we will be discussing and discovering content pertaining communication and human relations and seeks. So as I dive in, firstly we would be looking at module 1. Please ensure you have a scribbler and a pen for taking necessary notes. Module 1, these are the subtopics we will be mostly focusing on. So I will be breaking down and explaining each concept. So the first concept or the first aspect of what of the things that makes module 1 is communication. We are doing communication, right? So what is communication? How best can you explain communication to a toddler or to someone who's young? How sweet can you elaborate what communication is? So communication, it's a process through which information is carried over from one person to another. So a process through which information is carried over from one person to another. Another simplified version of what is communication, you can say communication consists of sharing of information between two people. It can also be marked 2 marks. It can also be accredited to 2 marks. And then we come to the importance of communication. Why is it necessary to know the importance? Why is communication necessary? What makes it important? So the first point under the importance of communication is to provide, obtain, or exchange information. So the reason we need to be able to communicate, it will allow us to obtain things that we do not know. It will help us to exchange information, right? So that is why it is important that we do communicate with people. So right now we are communicating. Me speaking to you while you're not physically here, it means it's a form of communication. I'm sharing or I'm exchanging something. So you are going to obtain something from me. You're going to get my views, you're going to see my point, right? So it is important because it will help us obtain, exchange information. And then point number 2, to maintain interpersonal relationships. So interpersonal relationships, it's creating new friendships with new people, basically. And then to persuade others to think or act the way you do. So normally when I simplify things in a manner that I understand things. So I'm trying to share how I got to understand, the aspects of communication in order for me to obtain a distinction. I'm sharing my views on how you need to see things when you're studying. So I always say each and every subject, you need to study it as if you are going to work. I said to you, you must study. If they say communication, study it as if you are going to apply those things in reality. That is the best vision that you could have of yourself. Studying as if you are going, you're already seeing the pathway, right? You treat yourself like one. So if you communicate, basically for me, my communication skills were never this good, but I I keep improving. For me to get here, it's improvement. So each and every time I speak, I try to say things that are hard. I get corrected, and then I learn how to say them correctly. And then that's how communication helps me rather to grow, right? And then so I said the third point is to persuade others to think or act the way you do. So you know that once you're in an intellectual, you would want people to think like you, like on a intellectual level. They must be able to communicate with you in that rhythm. So the fourth point is to express yourself and your ideas to others. So you're expressing yourself and your ideas. So if I express myself as a sad person, automatically my ideas become that there's a lot more going on behind closed doors. People start seeing this sad person. There might be a cause for this person to be feeling this way, right? So it's to express yourself and your ideas. So and the other point is to maintain good public relations. So imagine if you can't communicate, you will always get beaten, guys. You will always get beaten. So don't be rude just for unnecessary problems. You're just a rude person for nothing. So don't be rude. So know how to communicate with people. Be able to humble yourself to communicate with people. Know how to communicate with people. So maintain the second last point is to consider problems logically and solve them adequately. So in a logical manner, meaning when we say things are logical, it means you have thought, you have processed, and then you responded. You did not use your emotions. We are communicating. So I would expect you to be logical in terms of your response. So it means I give you time to think, make sure that you consider factors logically. It means you answer with that mindset that you have thought about it before you release it. You don't just answer anyhow, but you need to be logical when you speak. It must make sense what is being said to you. And then the last one is to understand human behavior and how to align yourself with it. So if you can see that someone is not good in speaking English like I am, automatically it helps you to understand that the human behavior, and it helps you to understand that this person he's not that good, right? He's not that superb in terms of communicating using this linguistic. So it sort of spotlights the shortage in me, the gap, right? So you can see by me speaking or me trying to say things that this person does not know English, or this person is his accent, you can hear him and like there's something. So that's the last point in terms of why it is important. So with all my summaries, this it's guaranteed 60 marks, 60%, not 60 marks, 60% upwards. This is a guarantee, guys. Just going through my videos, you are guaranteed to get over 50. Guaranteed. So the extra efforts are the ones that you're going to put. There are certain things that you yourself, you need to add extra effort on, which is repetition. You're gonna read more, you're gonna listen more, you're gonna consume more. The more you consume, the easier and the clearer the path becomes. So let's go to the channels of communication. So these channels are medium communication. What are medium communication? Now when we speak about medium, when we're using a channel, I'm using my YouTube channel to communicate to you, explaining these modules to you. So my medium would be YouTube. Your medium can be WhatsApp when you are communicating with your friends. Other people, they use TikTok to communicate or express their views. So medium refers to the software behind the communicated message. So speech is it's a form of a presentation. So you're going to stand in front of people and give a speech. Now people are physically there. You're going to say what you have prepared in front of everyone. So that's speech. So a written communication, it's you writing. As I said, you must have a pen and a scribbler for taking necessary notes. That's a channel for you. You are storing information by writing. So you are communicating with your book, right? So graphics are images. So some images, they have meanings. You can see a sun, it means the day is bright. See the moon, it means the night is shining, or it's a beautiful night, or whatever image. Graphics, it's any image you could think of. And non-verbal and body language, some people cannot talk or cannot hear, so they use physical body language, they use gestures. So I'm still going to get to non-verbal communication, but they use hands, they use sign language to express how they feel, to deliver the message to the people that understand sign language. So that's basically what we are looking at, guys. So a study of non-verbal communication. So the points that I wrote under this are about 5 points. So it might come. Give us 5 points that should be considered under the study of non-verbal communication. You must be able to say, point number 1, increase your awareness of non-verbal signs. So this one, most often the examiner would want to see how could you best help someone who cannot talk, right? As someone who have studied communication, you must be able to have at least logic when it comes to such things. So increase your awareness of non-verbal signs. How do you increase your awareness? You learn to say hello, how are you, how can I help you, is there a problem? Those are the things that you must be able to discuss with people that cannot talk, because you are likely to find someone who cannot talk at your restaurant or wherever you're gonna be doing your workplace. You might find someone who does not communicate verbally but non-verbal. So you must be able to welcome that person. So make them feel like, oh, at least someone can understand me, right? So you must learn those things. Especially when you go for work placement. Those things, they count. Your manager, while they are scouting you, if they can see, if let's say for instance it happens, you come across such people, you can even get promoted. You can be given best waiter, best server for the month or for the year, because you did what most could not do. So keep that in your mind, guys. Point number 2, increase your ability to control your non-verbal signs. Non-verbal signs are your body, those silly eyes, your shoulders, how you react with your body when someone says something that you don't like. It's a non-verbal communication. I can see you don't like it by you reacting with your body. So your body tells me, which is I'm looking at your body language, basically. So you will become aware of other people that are non-verbal messengers. That's what I was trying to explain. Like it makes you aware, or this person uses sign language to communicate, so it becomes more easy for you to use the sign language to communicate with them. And then it helps you to interpret other people's non-verbal messages. It will also help you if you see that you said something and someone was like, and then you see the body sort of shaggles, and then you can tell that the person was not interested, right? So the last point is improve your interpersonal communication skills overall. You must be able to communicate. Communication is key, guys. Communication is key, especially if you're going to be looking for a job. Communication is key. You must be able to communicate yourself. So this communication and human resource is basically preparation of how you must sell yourself to the employers. So they're preparing you to be able to sell yourself to the employers. So kinesics. So what are kinesics? Communication of messages by means of body movement. For example, front smile or various gestures, posture. So the kinesics, it's when you see someone that you last seen, let's probably say last year, you are going to express by face. When you're gonna express shock by face, like then like it's how you express yourself. It's how you express yourself by not saying words, but by body, by posture. Your posture responds more than your weight. So proxemics indicates the way people use space and distance to communicate ideas. Interminate zone, personal zone, public zone. For instance, let's say someone is bothering you and you don't know that person. So the best way you could try and avoid the person is by moving away. You are communicating. You are telling the person without telling them that they are bothering you. By you leaving the space, their zone, you are communicating that you don't want to be next to them because you are bored, or they are bothering you. That's a form of communication, guys. So kinesics and proxemics, they can be asked. They like asking these two, especially if when they say define, or the difference between the two. The first one, it's you communicating sign language. Think of sign language. Kinesics is you communicating in form of sign language, and then the proxemics is you communicating by space. It means you are moving away from the zones that are irritating you, or you are communicating something else by a form of space. If someone is smelling, you are most probably to move away from that person because they are smelling. It means you are telling the person by not telling them that they are smelling. That's why you ran away from them, or you don't want to be with them. So a non-verbal communication language, I said it's a non-verbal communication, it's body language, right? So here they can say name few non-verbal communication examples. So you must able to say your posture, the way you give gestures, and then number 2, way of talking. So you can see that this person is angry by the way they are talking to you. Then the sound, hand movements, head movements, eye movement, closeness, appearance, facial expression, body contact. So all these examples, they can be asked. Examiner can just say, give me 5, give me 6 types of non-communication types of nonverbal communication or examples of nonverbal communication. So you must be able to at least provide 6 or 8. I always say to the students that I teach, it's best for you to study 8 because that is the maximum the exam can ask. 8. They cannot cross beyond 8. So if the points are 15, mark 8. Always mark 8. Your first 8 are most likely what you are going to remember. You can't study all points. Mark your favorite 8, cancel the rest. You stick to those 8. That is why summary it's important. So effective communication. What is effective communication? It's understanding what and how you communicate, and then you understand the importance of people. You understand the importance of proper voice techniques, attention, pitch, tempo, intensity, accent. So when someone is effectively communicating, the message is clearly, right? I'm effectively communicating to you, which is my message to you. It's very clear. I say things in a way that you're going to understand what I'm trying to say to you, right? You get the point after me talking over this video. You get the point. That's the whole purpose of effective communication. It's for someone to get a point. For instance, if someone sends you a voice note and you can't hear them, the communication is not effective because you're going to keep asking them to repeat what they just said because they are not that clear. You cannot interpret well whether what they are saying to you. You cannot interpret it well. So guys, for today, I think we have come to the end of part 1, module 1. So I will be posting more content in reference of communication and human relations and 6. So more is coming. Ensure that you hit that subscribe button, you turn on those notification bell, and yes guys, this is the part 1 that you probably going to need for your test 1s and exams. See you on the next video.